Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. WeArEuS, and this is something I've been looking forward to getting around to playing. Actually, not getting my hands on. I've had it ever since they actually sent it out to those of us who put forth the money for it. This is Eiyuden Chronicles Rising, what is essentially a prologue for Eiyuden Chronicles, which releases sometime later this month. Hopefully we can get this done. It shouldn't have that much to it. It's a prologue. But hopefully we'll be able to get this done before the game itself releases. It'd be a little awkward to have to delay recording that because we're not done with this. That'd just be silly. And you would think that I'd go and make sure about any specified release date, assuming that information has been released for the actual full game itself, so I would be able to prepare properly and prevent any conflicts of that nature. But no, I refuse to do that. Anyway, been walking for a while now. CJ, a young girl descended from generations of scavengers. She's come to New Nevea to complete her family's rite of passage. There's a flyer that says Rune Barrows discovered, or Rune Barrows. Wealth beyond your wildest dreams awaits you in New Nevea. All adventurers welcome. Based on what I heard at the inn yesterday, it shouldn't be too far now. Unless I'm lost. I guess this is a lizard guy? Ah! Stop! You! Help me out, will you? What have we got here? Thieves? Bandits! They're all over the place lately. You look like you can handle yourself in a fight, though. What's that supposed to mean, huh? I'm a regular everyday trader. You have to go around judging folks on how they look? Wow, sorry. Going after helpless traders now, are we? Clear out, little girl. And you don't even have the decency to deny it. Can't just watch a man's property get stolen, can I? Goes against my principles. Well, come on then, cowards. I'll take you for all you're worth. Okay, so, let's see. Combat basics. Approach and attack incoming enemies. Although some fights can be avoided, occasionally enemies will block the path ahead. Always be ready for some action. So the basic controls are attack, jump, and R2 for the unique skill. Or a unique skill. CJ's unique skill can traverse short distances at high speed, quick step forward while in motion, and backwards while stationary. Time your movement right and you can use this to evade enemy attacks. Now, I have to be honest, I don't know exactly what kind of game Eiyuden Chronicles is going to be. I thought it was going to be a turn-based affair, like... What's that game's name? I don't know. But it was another 2.5D game, sort of like this. RPG, I don't... It feels like it's right there, but then something else is saying, the name I'm thinking of is wrong, and now I'm just completely confused. Retreat. That's right.
Not bad at all. Better than I expected from a youngin'. Hogan's the name. You really saved my skin. I owe you one.
Hogan. Never one to miss a trend, Hogan was quick to notice the sudden influx of adventurers to New Nevea, and even quicker to set up shop at the town's authorized trading post. CJ, honorable scavenger at your service.
Honorable scavenger? How's that work?
Well, scavenging is just treasure hunting, isn't it? Only difference between that and thieving is whether your mark is living or dead. Thieves think too highly of themselves, though. That's what my clan says, anyway.
So scavenger suits you better, huh? Your journey into New Nevea for treasure, then, I take it?
Sure am. What about you?
Just left. Picked up some trinkets and came out here to sell stuff. Or sell them off.
What about lenses? Do they have lenses?
Yup, plenty of them, too. I even heard of some lucky souls finding rune lenses down in them barrows.
Yes! I have to get down there now. That humongous lens is as good as mine. Which way to the town?
Now, what kind of gentleman would I be if I didn't take you there myself? Least I can do, after all.
It's not like you'd be much help if she ran into trouble, so... And you've seen that plainly, so you're off the hook as far as that's concerned. But me mentioning what sort of game Eiyuden Chronicles would be like was because the point of that was supposed to be, I don't know what the battle system's going to be like in that. I don't know if it's going to be turn-based or if it's like it is in this. And I genuinely couldn't say. I mean, naturally I'm getting the Kickstarter correspondence, but I don't bother reading that. Let's see. Got a young guard. Back again already, Hogan? Wait, where are your escorts?
Bolted at the first sign of bandits. Paid good money for them, too.
Bandits again?
A tougher bunch than last time. Someone ought to do something soon.
Look, we're just here to guard the checkpoint, alright? If you've got a complaint, take it up with the acting mayor.
Yeah.
And who's this little lady?
Her name's CJ. She's honorable scavenger. Here to accept the acting mayor's generous invitation. And she's more reliable than you layabouts, that's for sure.
Another reckless adventurer willing to risk their lives. And a child at that. I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you. There's not a single member of my clan who's got their heads screwed on. Reckless fools, every one of them. Fair enough. Acting Mayor will certainly be glad to hear that. Proceed. I have no idea where to begin in voicing this particular character. Oh, he's got a monocle. So I'm going to have to assume just a little bit of hoity-toity. Let's see. Back so soon. I'm sure, quite sure I just watched you leave a little while ago.
You won't believe what happened, Squash.
My word. But at least you are unscathed. Thanks to this young lady, no less. Madam CJ, was it? Squash, authorized appraiser. A pleasure to meet you. Squash, a connoisseur of all that shimmers. The promise of a glimmering future drew Squash to New Nevaeh to open his accessory shop. His discerning eye quickly earned him the role of the town's authorized appraiser. Authorized appraiser? Frick. Let's see. There it is. Indeed. It is my duty to appraise the artifacts excavated from the barrows. What for? Why, to determine their value, of course. All artifacts found in the barrows are subject to an explorer tax of 30%. 30%?
You haven't heard the worst of it yet. If you want into the room barrows, you're gonna need an explorer's license from the acting mayor. And that license don't come cheap. Ain't that right, Squash?
I'm afraid so. This mayor sounds rapacious, if you ask me.
Yep, rapacious is the word.
Quite. Well, what's to stop me sneaking out the other side of the ruin anyway?
Oh, I wouldn't recommend that. You get caught trying to hightail it out of here with a bag full of loot, well, you won't get very far. Mayor's hired an unsavory from the East Reach to put a stop to any thieving that might occur. So I've heard, at least.
I've seen many a crook deal dealt with in my day, but that mercenary is unnerving. I'm quite sure his presence is the only thing keeping those bandits from darkening our door.
How's about we go see the mayor for ourselves, eh? Even a rapacious old soul can be reasoned with, after all.
Sounds like a plan. Lead the way.
Right this way. The town is just ahead.
Well then, perhaps the next time we meet you'll have handfuls of treasure for me to appraise. Until then, farewell.
Here it is. A flourishing new frontier in the grip of a gold rush. Welcome to New Nevaeh.
Not much to look at, is it?
Well, I did say flourishing, didn't I? Work in progress, huh? Is this an earthquake? I can't stand earthquakes.
You're fine. It wasn't even that big.
Right. Anyway, earthquakes are pretty common here. Best be on your toes. Of course, it's thanks to an earthquake that we even found them barrows. Real big one, about 3 months ago.
So that's what happened.
Well, I'd best be getting back. Got a store to run after all, or I will, eventually. Figured I'd make a buck or two by setting up a trading post for venturers to trade their wares. Mosey on by once I've opened up.
Wait, where can I find that mayor you were talking about?
Down One office in the plaza, I suppose. Where else?
Thanks, Hogan. Stay out of trouble now.
Fingers crossed, Missy. Fingers crossed. Bye-bye.
Now then, time to track down this money-grabbing mayor.
From the main menu, you can check your current quest progress as well as your stats and items. A mini-map showing your current location is also displayed on this screen. This bustling plaza... Sure, that's definitely a word that can be used at will, I suppose, is the beating heart of New Nevea, with townsfolk passing through it day and night. The town office sits at its center where the bulletin board can also be found whenever CJ feels like helping the residents. I don't know why, but using the narrator voice makes me yawn. It's really weird and pretty annoying. What do you want? She's asking about the mayor. You know, for me, the reason I wasn't saying anything was I'm trying to decide whether I do or don't think this is the mayor. It's a 50-50, as it is, just based on the very first words that have been said. Either this is the mayor, or this is someone who knows the mayor. But, you know, is on friendly terms with. Yep, this is definitely the acting mayor of the town. Isha, having taken over as acting mayor after her father went missing, Isha is responsible for the decision to open the quarry to adventurers, and for taxing them for the privilege. I suppose we can voice this entire thing since this is technically a story beat and not just some random villager we came across. Could this be called a village? Anyway, and this isn't just some random person.
Well, that's, Hogan and Squash.
Wow. Not even 3 minutes later and she threw them both under the bus. Her arms must be worn out.
Them again? Perhaps the taxes are due for an increase. Sorry, guys. So, repays just might have been a bit much. From what I heard about the mayor, I was expecting some old fogey. Not a, charming young woman such as yourself. How old are you anyway? 16. What of it? Same as me. I'm CJ. Nice to meet you. An adventurer, I presume. Never judge a book by its boots, as they say. We welcome all sorts here. CJ. Initials, perhaps? Prefer to keep your real name secret, is that it? Enough about me. License. That's right. I came here to get an explorer's license. An explorer's license costs 100,000 bakwa. Not a penny less. 100,000 bakwa? Are you mad, woman? Do I look like I've got that on me? I'm 16. Give me the children's fee like the horse carriages in the city. Do you think me as dull-witted as that? Even in your horse carriages consider anyone older than 12 capable of paying full price. You know your horse carriages, I'll give you that. Fret not, we offer assistance to the financially enfeebled. Take this stamp card. Collect enough stamps and I'll issue you an explorer's license. A stamp card? The residents of New Nevea post odd jobs on the bulletin board frequently. Complete a task and that resident will stamp your card for you. So I have to help out around the town, is that it? In a nutshell, yes. Many were troubled considerably by the earthquake 3 months back. Help was in great demand and short supply. Piece of cake! Don't go anywhere, because I'll be back for my license before you know it.
Collect stamps in this... Wow. That is a lot of stamps. Collect stamps in this card by helping the townsfolk with whatever they need. Essential for acquiring an explorer's license. No adventure in New Nevea can be without their stamp card. Well, let's see what this... Nothing. That's nice. I need help. Okay, so what is the quest then? So we have to find a cat. Can we just pick up a bunch of them so we can get this done as quickly as possible? Also, she gave me no information whatsoever on actually finding the goddamn thing. She just said it jumped out the window, and that's that. Ah, well, screw you two. Okay, so maybe this kid has seen her cat. Ah, so he's an idiot who pulls cattails. And it ran into the frickin' woods. You can now go from town outskirts to the Great Forest. There are a variety... let me try that again. There are a variety of dungeons around the town, each rich with their own unique resources ready for you to mine. Since the earthquake monsters have been sighted in greater and greater numbers, so proceed with caution. The Great Forest, a large, lush forest located just outside the border of New Nevea. While the area is rich with food, wood, and stone, the monsters which have gathered there since the earthquake have made it a dangerous place to be. go ahead and save right here. There we go. So she can attack twice before there's a cooldown. Whoop. You dunked on kid. Ooh.
A cat! Small, white, fluffy, cute. Yep, you must be Yum Yum. Yum Yum. Who's a good kitty? Nothing to be afraid of. Please don't run away. Gotcha. What's a little angel like you doing on a place like this?
You know exactly what she's doing here. She had her tail pulled, and now she's in the woods for some reason. Ah, why she ran through the woods? Yeah, that's a pretty good question in itself.
Let's get you back to your family, shall we?
Oh, neat. I didn't have to run the entire way back. So let's finally get this card stamped and move on to the next thing. Oh, apparently her dad has something else for us to do. So now we have to go and get wood? Alright, +1 stamp out of what? Ooh, wow, 3 rows of 10, 30 freaking stamps? The mayor's a dick. As your party accumulates experience, their level and stats will increase. Experience is gained by completing quests and defeating enemies inside dungeons. And now we can access the residential district. Residential district. Lifelong residents of New Nevea have their homes in this part of town. Acting Mayor Isha also calls this place home. Sure, let's voice this too, since this seems to be technically part of the story.
Excuse me, don't suppose you're Priya's dad, are you?
I am. And who might you be? Another adventurer looking for treasure.
Yep, I'm CJ. Nice to meet you.
I'm Ganesh. How exactly do you know my Priya then?
We just met in the plaza. I helped her to track down Yum Yum.
Ah, is that so? Very kind of you. So, what brings you here to me?
Rhea said you've been having some trouble rebuilding your home after that big quake. Thought I'd come by and lend a hand.
I see, and I suppose you're collecting stamps then?
Yep, I've only got one for now, so if there's anything you need help with, I'm your girl.
I suppose I do have a small job you could take care of.
You do?
Why not? Acting Mayor's got the right idea as far as you adventurers go. If you're willing to work, who am I to turn you away?
Right. So what's the job?
I need you to gather some wood for the repairs to my house. You'll have to venture out to the great forest outside of the town.
That's all? No problem.
I'd go myself, but since the excavation, I've heard all sorts of creatures have been seen in the woods. Everyone here is far too scared to venture down at sea for themselves.
I had no idea the rune barrels had caused so much trouble.
Oh, you'll be needing an axe then, unless you plan on talking the trees into coming down. Here, take this old one.
Thanks. I'll be back in a bit.
Take care. With this item, you can cut down trees in forests and elsewhere to obtain wood. As you level up your axe, you will increase the variations of wood you can acquire. I don't think we need to go over using consumables, do we? Ooh, quick travel. I like that. Let's go ahead and save so we don't have to deal with all of that again. Enemies and resources. Once enemies have been slain and resources gathered, they will not be available again until you leave the dungeon. If you can't find the resources you need, head back to your base and try again after a good rest. A resource bag. A bag designed to store resources gathered in dungeons. Once you return to the city, its contents will be transferred to your storehouse. Once your resource bag is full, you will be unable to gather any more. Remember though, you can always throw away resources you don't need. I guess we just have to wander around until we find a tree that's ready and willing. Yes. Jump attack. Flying enemies will be found inside dungeons. Jumping attacks are the best way to handle airborne enemies. Booyah. Well, we have enough lumber, so we can't actually use the fast travel from here. That's fine. I'm not entirely sure using her skill is a whole lot faster than just normally running. Doesn't feel like it. Now, residential district. And then we could get Gargamel Ganesh his wood to rebuild his house, reinforce, repair. That's better. Much better.
I'm back. Got what you need, I reckon.
Wonderful. Finally, I can finish fixing my house. You have my thanks. This house has been in my family for generations. It's my most treasured possession. Don't know what I'd do if I were to lose it. My ancestors are probably rolling in their graves. You really helped me out, you know. Here, let me stamp that card for you.
Thanks, CJ. You're very welcome, Priya. Yum Yum is behaving herself, I trust.
You're a good one, you are. You know, if all the adventurers were like you, even my old man might come around. Have you got anywhere to stay while you're here?
Not yet. Guess I should go look for the inn.
You won't find anything like an inn around here, I'm afraid.
What? Where do all the adventurers stay?
They pitch tents down by Outlander Lane.
Tents?
Of course, I doubt there'd be any space for another one down there now. Adventurers have been pouring in for the last few months, all looking to strike it rich.
Sleeping on the streets? I didn't expect that.
If it's all the same to you, we've got a little house you could borrow.
Is it behind that one?
The last tenant just left. Nothing fancy, but beats sleeping rough, I'd wager.
Well, I don't really have any money.
You saw to it that Priya and me have a roof over our heads. The least I can do is offer the same in kind. No need for money.
Really?
Here, take the key. It's just down that hill. Have a look when you have time.
Thank you.
Well, I almost feel bad for calling him, what was it, Gargamel earlier? We'll just pretend that didn't happen. How are the lodgings then? Think they'll do?
Of course, but is it really okay for me to stay here for free?
I said as much, didn't I? The man's only as good as his word. If you don't mind, though, I'd appreciate if you could help my father like you helped us.
Your father? So, Priya's grandfather. I'm happy to help, but what with?
Repairing the clock tower.
Clock tower?
You might have noticed the fallen pillar of rubble in the plaza. That used to be our town's symbolic clock tower. I've tried telling my father that we just don't have the materials to fix it, but do you think he'd listen?
Say no more. You need help? I need stamps? That's all there is to it.
Thanks. Also, a word to the wise. My father can be blunt, to put it lightly. I don't doubt he'll put his foot in his mouth at some stage, but I'd appreciate it if you just ignore him.
No worries. I'm well used to dealing with old folks.
Thank you. His name is Shiva. If you head to the plaza, you'll probably find him. And now we have our base. CJ's home away from home and base for her adventuring. Resting here for the night will recover all your strength. You can save your progress at CJ's base or at any signpost. If you are defeated in battle, you will resume the game from your last save. Autosave data will update automatically. Old Shiva's clock tower. Start! So he should be over here near the... Well, this is going to be a little awkward. So The recording crashed, and it looks like it might be corrupted. It wouldn't play properly in the media player. So I'm going to actually continue this until we get the clock tower repaired. And if it looks, no, and once that's done, I'm going to end the video, because if the first 40 minutes of the recording are completely corrupted, it makes no sense for me to put another 20 minutes in to get it to an hour, and then I have to throw all of the footage away anyway. So, Rick, just thinking about it, I don't even want to voice this scene, but it's part of the main story, and the video, I'm not going to get into that. We'll just see what happens once I'm done, and let's just hope for the best. Let's see. We've got an old man. As if we hadn't had it bad enough already.
Excuse me, are you Priya's grandpa by any chance?
And if I am, what's it to a money-hungry outlander, huh?
I heard you could use the hand restoring this clock tower to its former glory.
Me? A hand? Oh, I see. You think you could line your pockets by taking advantage of an elderly gentleman, is that it? Well, you won't pull the wool over my eyes. Away with you!
Whoa, whoa, whoa! That's not it at all. Priya's dad asked me to help you out.
And the useless old sod. Been flapping his gum to outlanders now, has he? Stay out of this, outlander. No one needs help from the likes of you.
But this is important, isn't it?
Of course it is. My ancestors built this when they first arrived in Old Nevaeh 150 years ago. A more precious treasure this town has never known. Of course it's bloody important.
Old Nevaeh? I thought this place was called New Nevaeh.
Old Nevaeh is the town our ancestors came upon. Abandoned it was, barely worth being called a town, so the story goes. So they built it up anew and called it New Nevaeh. This clock tower is a treasured testament to their vision for New Nevaeh. Pains me to see it in this state.
Can't have that then, can we? Lucky for you, I know a thing or two about taking care of treasures. You can keep your coin, good sir. A stamp will do just fine.
A stamp? Those things Dox's girls sent around. It's risky work. Better a no-good venture to take it on than any of us. Fine. Get to it. You'll need to go get great tree bow from the biggest tree in the forest. Off you go then.
How am I supposed to know which is the biggest one? Give me a hint or something.
Well, it'll be the one furthest in, won't it? It's huge. Even you couldn't miss it.
Furthest in, huh? Okay, I'll be back.
And you can't use the dash in town.
Why did I walk? I could just hit the button and go straight there.
That's nice. I like convenience. Wait, let's save. Even if all of this turns out to have been a waste of however long it takes to get this done, still, it's wisest to play it safe. I probably shouldn't have saved. It's fine. If part of the video, the other part of the video is corrupt, it's not going to matter whatsoever if we can't go back and see all of that, all of the conversations we just had. Get slashed. Okay. Could have sworn I hit you first, but the game says otherwise, and what the game says goes. Okay, so when items drop, they only drop within, well, they drop on the ground and they aren't automatically pulled to you. And they're only pulled to you within a certain range, so if you've gone by the time... Dang it, I forgot the unique skill. Oh, interesting. Bastard. Interesting. I did not intend to attack it that way, but... Ooh, a crit. And it's flashy. I do like flashy crits. It's really satisfying when you land a critical hit and the game just makes a big deal out of it, you know? Compare games where critical hits have big flashy telltale animations or font, and then compare how you feel when you get crits in that game, presuming they're not, you know, extremely impossible to get, and when they happen, they're game-changing. But more of a case where, oh, it's a gauntlet. I like gauntlets. Anyway, back to crits. Now think about how you feel about those crits that don't have an animation versus those that have big, flashy animations and all this fanfare when they occur, even if they're relatively easy to achieve with some investment. Said signposts tell you information about the... Oh! And you can fast travel from one to another. That's nice. Wait. Break that. Okay. Apparently not. Well, she can't dash in the air, so we know that now. Right, I had completely forgotten what we were even here for. We are here to get some tree bark, or... Why would I say tree bark? We're here to get some wood. And here's a kangaroo dude. Looking at something? You an adventurer too? Here for the treasure? Sure, why not? What's that then? Looks important. That's just a rock. Doesn't look like an ordinary rock, though. Wait, you haven't seen a big, huge tree in your travels, have you? Nah. Guess it's further in, then. Thanks anyway. Hold it, princess. Huh? What? The forest is crawling with monsters today. You go in, and you go any deeper in, you might not come back out. Monsters? Hmm? What kind of scavenger would I be if I let that put me off? Weird. There was something on the ground. I'm not sure if it was nuts or sugar, but heck, it might have been both for all I know. And you know, I figure why not just decimate anything that's destructible in the environment as I pass through. Healing potion. Let's save, otherwise this might just turn into a really bad time. I was expecting fixing the clock tower to be a lot faster of an affair than this. But I do like my exploration.
Yep, this must be the one, alright.
Yep, that's probably it.
Which branch looks best? Huh? What the...
Boss battles. A menacing boss lies in wait deep inside each dungeon. Once they've been discovered, defeating them is your only means of escape. Watch closely and attack when the enemies reveal their weak point to deal major damage. Shield gauge. Some stronger enemies, such as bosses, are protected by a shield. Until you have broken through the shield, the enemy will take no damage. Pay close attention to the enemy's shield gauge as well as their health gauge. Stow pack. Your stow pack is used to carry items such as healing potions and herbs, which you'll need as you venture through the dungeons. If you find yourself in trouble against a strong enemy, check your stow pack to see what you've got. Yeah. Ow! Better use this. Come on. Ah! There we go. Great tree bow received. Whoa, boy. Rune fragments, a valuable material necessary for the development of rune lenses. Some resources can serve as catalysts to create a variety of runes when combined with this material. Some items are more valuable than others. When you find a valuable on your travels, you won't be able to throw it away, but it won't take up space in your resource bag.
Thanks, mister.
Oh, crap. We can't climb. I've seen it. I have to have it. Soon, my child. Soon, I will come to take you. But for now, we need to go back to the signpost and head back to the entrance of the forest. I did not expect this to culminate in a boss battle. It's been a good day. I didn't need to go to the residential district. We needed to be in the plaza where the clock tower is.
I'm back.
Let me see. Yes, this'll do. No doubt about it, great tree bow.
You could have warned me, you know, about the big scary monster tree that attacked me as soon as I saw it. About the big scary monster tree that had attacked me as soon as it saw me.
Excuse me?
The tree fiend. Would have been nice to know in advance, that's all. I'm lucky it didn't pick branches off of me.
Tree fiend? Impossible. Sorcerer. I warned them. I warned all of them.
You alright, old man?
Well, this dude looks like a douchebag. Complete with comb over. What should we do for him? Just for a second, I contemplated doing a Jersey voice, but that's hard for me to maintain convincingly. Can't go with hoity-toity because we use that on squash. And we'll figure something out. Got a moment. Not interrupting something, are we?
Shiva, could you spare a few minutes? The brilliant acting mayor. What was that? Nothing at all. Excuse me. Shiva, this is
Gokto? Gokto? That is a new collection of letters to me. It has to be Gokto. Gusto? Ghosto? I don't know. So we'll have to pick one of the 5 possible pronunciations of it and stick with it. And Gokto is the easiest one. The one I said first, which means I'll think of it first every single time thereafter.
Shiva, this is Gokto of Outlander Lane. I believe you have already met, but allow me to formally introduce you all the same.
Gokto. The smell of gold and promise of fortune drew the sagacious Gokto to New Nevea, where he quickly became the representative for the merchants and adventurers of Outlander Lane. And it never hurts to be the tackiest person in the room either. At least not that I can think of any situation where it would hurt. I see. And what brings you both here? I've got nothing to say to either of you.
Shiva, I know you and I don't see eye to eye on the barrows. Still, I expect you to abide by my decisions. As such, I must ask that you and the other objectors stop causing trouble in Outlander Lane. The stamp card system is going a long way towards building trust between us and the Outlanders.
Trust? You don't even know the meaning of the word. If you'd an ounce of sense in your head, you'd chase every last venture out before it's too late. Let's all try to stay calm, shall we? What exactly are you talking about? Too late for what? The evil sorcerer's curse! He's in the barrows, I tell you. He who suffered the wrath of the gods themselves. He was sealed for a reason. Mark my words, break that seal, and it won't just be fiends you'll be up against. It'll be much, much worse than that.
Now this sounds like an adventure. You can't put so much stock in those old fables, Shiva.
Fables, huh?
So I suppose that expedition that went in there were fabled to death. Were they? You want our children to go through that too? This town is on the verge of collapse. Mining is beneficial for our people and essential to New Nevaeh's continued existence. Exactly. What of your precious clock tower? Surely you could use some strapping young adventurers to help rebuild it. Isn't that right, young lady?
Huh? Me? Oh, well, yeah, that was the plan, sure.
See? Honestly, Shiva, you embarrass yourself. I've got countless young folk who tell me every day just how hard they slave away for the good of this town and its residents. How long do you intend to hold out? Think of the effect it will have on your family's reputation. Fine. Please yourselves, pay no mind to stubborn old men like me.
Wait! My stamp!
Oh, give me the card.
And just like that, our third stamp received. And 200 XP, which doesn't hurt. Main quest 4, the cost of good manners. We need to speak with Isha in the plaza, but we're not going to do that. It took about 20 minutes to get that boss fight done and the entire conversation that followed. So we're going to have to save and, as promised, call it done here. God dang it. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys have enjoyed yourselves and everything you've seen here. It's not bad. And the little bit of story is welcome as well. Although I didn't expect it all to be story. I was expecting there to be a little intro stuff, maybe. That's fine. It's fine. I don't really mind voicing characters. Well, at the very least, we have Steel Rising, which, for you guys, will be released tomorrow. Or, yeah, I guess that's accurate. It's not great, but the word released will do. So if you guys want, professional, quote-unquote, voice acting, you can watch that, and there's plenty of it there. Which I do definitely appreciate, even though it's weird that the characters are all supposed to be French, but none of them have French accents, despite speaking in English. So, that's my singular gripe with that bit of business. But this outro is starting to ramble on, and I've got to get to recording that episode of Steel Rising. So with all that said, we will see you next time.